huge corporation and you want people to have the enthusiasm and to come and work for you, you need to give a share of the pie, right? Because otherwise, why would they work for a nobody to make it a somebody, and if they don't have anything of it? So I think from a very early stage, if you set yourself and you're comfortable with the idea that you're going to give a share of your business to your key employees, to your key staff. So that's one of the things that we did very early on. We set up what we call the ESOP. ESOP is an employee share option plan. And basically what it says, an employee share option plan, it says that, we set 5 or 10% of the business aside that none of the founders or none of the investors can have access to. It's a set amount of shares that are put on the side at the start, or maybe halfway when you go and raise. Usually you do that. We did that when we went and did our first real round of funding. After the Australians went out, when we went the first round of funding, the investors, they want to see, okay, how are you going to motivate your team, right? Because salaries, obviously, you're not paying the craziest salaries, and how are you going to attract the right talents? And so by putting 10% of the business aside and giving shares to the employees as they reach those KPIs. So the KPIs that we mentioned before, we set goals, and we set for each employee certain KPIs, key performance indicator, against which they will be measured. And at the end of the year or at the end of the quarter, depending if they're in sales or if they're not in sales, we measure them against their KPIs, and we said, okay, you've achieved your targets, and hence you get to receive shares of the business. And you pick within your business who are the 4, 5, 6 people that are going to be really instrumental to the success of your business. And if they leave, you're thinking, okay, I'm losing really somebody important. And you want to make sure that those people have access to those shares and that they can dream, and you can share the big vision with them. Because if they don't have those shares, then you can't really share your big vision, because the big vision means a big success at the end. And if they're not part of that success, how can they identify themselves part of it?